Alright, BobalosRex here, and we're on to the next one. Herald of the Sun, Paladin. I'm going to have opinion about the names of some of the stuff here because we need it. Heralds of the Sun infuse themselves with radiant solar energy to inflict burns on the enemies and cauterize their allies' wounds. They are deeply bonded to this power and can manifest potent solar rays while fully connected to the light. So this is the Paladin tree. I think we now have all the Paladin. Right? Right? Here. Hold up. No. No, we don't. Not yet. Not yet. We do have all of Holy. Holy can start to compare and contrast. Alright? So let's pull this up. Alright. I have videos on other hero talents as a whole and on the other healer talents. Watch them if you want my opinions on those. We're just going to be talking about this and this. So let's get to it. Holy and Ret, Herald of the Sun. First thing, Sunspot. Holy Prism causes your next two Holy Power spending abilities to create a sunspot on your target, dealing radiant damage or healing over 8 seconds. I do not know Holy healing right now, like, at all. But I have been playing a little Ret, so I know that. Wake of Ashes causes your next two Holy Power spending abilities to create a sunspot on your target, dealing radiant damage or healing over 8 seconds. Okay. So for Ret, it's Wake. For Holy, it's Holy Prism. I guess you gotta be running Holy Prism with this. So, there you go. I don't know if you're already running it, but you kind of need to for this. Both specs. 10% of Sunspots damage and healing radiate to nearby allies or enemies reduced beyond 5 targets. So, you're essentially putting a little bright little sunspot on your target that radiates damage or heals. Alright? Okay, and this can hit the Wake can heal allies, so that's good. So Ret does get some healing from this with the top thing. Alright, let's move down. We got a choice node. I know in the last one I was confused by 3. It is only 3. 3 choice nodes per. I don't know what I was on. Alright, Morning Star. Every 5 seconds, your next sunspot's damage or healing is increased by 5%, stacking up to 10 times. Morning Star stacks twice as fast while out of combat. Alright. Or, okay, and that'll be your first sunspot of the fight. Does more. Gleaming Rays. While Sunspot is active, your Holy Power spenders deal 10% increased additional damage or healing. Oh, and since one ability causes it, you kind of want to stack it up. So you'd want to use, if you picked Morning Star, you'd want to use Wake of Ashes pretty much right off the bat, or every time it's up to 10. Or you use it, or you apply Sunspot with Wake, and then you use your Holy Power spenders, or with the Holy Prism. Interesting. I feel like this would be simpler. This requires like a little bit of gameplay switch. Now, Eternal Flame. Replace Word of Glory. Okay. 3 Holy Power. Heals an ally immediately and over an additional 20 seconds. Healing increased by 25% when cast on self. Interesting. So it is now a regrowth. Alright. You get Holy Regrowth. There you go. Luminosity. Holy. Critical strike chance of Holy Shock and Light of Dawn increased by 10%. Simple. Ret. Crit strike chance of Hammer of Wrath and Divine Storm increased by 10%. Alright. Man, they had to make it Hammer of Wrath so it's not your consistent one. Or it's your unconsistent single target one, aka Hammer, which you can kind of get off a lot, realistically, but then in your AoE one. Alright. Illumine. We got another choice note here. Sunspots reduce the movement speed of enemies by 50%, increase the movement speed of allies by 20%. Alright, Paladin speed right here. Or Will of the Dawn. Movement speed increased by 5% while above 80% health. When your health is brought below 35%, your movement speed is increased by 40% for 5 seconds. Yo, you a quick Paladin. You like... Oh, my health is brought low? Zoom! Oh my god. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like you just have this for more speed. That just sounds good. Alright, got another choice note. Eternal Sun. Sunspot's duration is increased by 2 seconds. And Eternal Flame's duration is increased by 3 seconds. Okay. That's good. So it's just good for HOTS, Paladin HOTS. Lingering Radiance. Sunspot leaves an Eternal Flame for 12 seconds on allies, or a Greater Judgment on enemies when they expire or are extended. Oh! I think this is good for Ret. This kind of good for like AoE. This for AoE, this for single target for sure. I believe. Sun Seer. Holy Shock and Light of Dawn critically strike, or critical strikes cause the target to burn for additional radiant damage over 4 seconds, or to be healed for over 4 seconds. Hammer of Wrath and Divine Storm critical strikes cause the target to burn for additional radiant damage over 4 seconds for Ret. Simple. More dots, more HOTS. Alright, next row. Aurora Holy. After you cast Holy Prism, gain Divine Purpose. I think Divine Purpose is the free spend, Holy Power spend, I believe. After you cast Wake of Ashes, gain Divine Purpose. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Otherwise, I mean, it's still a passive effect. Cool. We get a free Divine Purpose. Great. Like it. You know, and if it is the Holy Power Spender, then I'm thinking it is. It works well with this one, Gleaming Rays, because you get the ability to use a Holy Power Spender right there, right off the bat. Then we got Solar Grace. Your haste is increased by 4% for 12 seconds each time you apply a sunspot. Multiple stacks may overlap. Oh. Interesting. So you can apply more, and you get more haste. I mean, you're just getting haste now. Just more haste, so that's fine. Right now, Ret uses Verse. This probably will be good for Holy if you're spreading. Yeah, because Holy Prism shoots out stuff. So you apply a lot with Holy, and then that'll give you a ton of haste. That could be good. Second Sunrise. Holy Shock and Light of Dawn have a 15% chance to cast, again at 30% effectiveness. Hammer of Wrath, and Divine Storm have a 15% to cast again at 30% effectiveness. So this is the... okay, we'll look at how this is in relation to Holy in a second. Alright, the final thing. Sun's Avatar. Listen, 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 listen. I'm with everyone in saying we already have Elune spells. Alright? Herald of the Sun is a Tauren Paladin thing. Alright? The only other similar thing, okay, could be the Zandalari, but no, theirs was based off of Razan. They wouldn't call it Herald of the Sun. If you're not going to call this Herald of Anshe, at least make this Anshe's avatar. Because we know Anshe's the sun. Elune is the moon. That's my suggestion. Alright? Sun's avatar. During Avenging Wrath, you become linked to your sunspots. Okay? I want to see how that looks. That could look cool. Causing radiant damage to enemies or healing to all allies that pass through the beams. Reduced beyond 5 targets. Activating Avenging Wrath applies 4 sunspots to nearby allies or enemies. Increases sunspots damage and healing by 4%. Okay. This is gonna look sick if they do this right. So, the way I'm understanding this, you hit Avenging Wrath. Alright? Say you have 1 sunspot on the 1 target in the 1 boss, right? Because you aren't doing any healing. You hit that Avenging Wrath. Alright? So you want to go... hold on. You want to go in Wake. Get it sunspotted. Alright? Use your holy power, right? So say we're running Morningstar instead of the Gleam. Do your spend to increase that. Then you hit your Avenging Wrath. Or no, you may just want to straight up Wake of Ashes, Avenging Wrath, and then you would then apply 4 sunspots to your other melee, maybe to 2 melee, 2 tanks. Alright? Which are then radiating heals and damage. And then you now have lights between you. Oh, but through the tanks. Dude. And then the boss is just getting lit up between your laser beams. You are the sun. Your sunspots are your planets. Oh my god. That's gotta look so good. Come on. Lean into this. Okay. We've seen elf ones. Give the Tauren this. Give the Tauren this. This is a Tauren thing. Please make it Anshe. If it, oh my god, I want to see it light up for Tauren too with the horns and everything and the wings. Be like, let's go. And then you have the lasers. I think this looks great. So, for Holy, this is going to be the throughput one. Alright, I'm sad this isn't for protection, but this, I think this works. So, you have Lightsmith. For Holy, you'd be throwing out the armors. You know, but for this one is more, I'm going to do hots, and I'm going to do damage myself. Because for Holy, you're in the back. Or no, you probably want to be in the front too. You hit this Avenging Wrath. You get your sunspots on that close melee. And then you're blasting the boss. You're radiating damage as well as healing. So I think that's cool, actually. I think that's cool. And yeah, as you heal things, you're radiating damage. So this is a very good passive damage in healing Holy Paladin. And this one, using Holy Prism, this could put you at range. I mean, I say you'd want to be close for this just because the laser through the boss. You know, for a raid. But this would still work at range. Like, especially if you have a group of all melee, your beams Oh my god. Your beams would go between your allies and M+. I think this would be cool. I like both of these. I don't know which one's going to be better, but if you want to be a more support paladin, you hit up here. If you want to be a more damagey slash, like, you got hots here. Like, your main gimmick is a hot you're putting on everybody. So, yeah. And then we just got to see what Templar is. Then we'll know what to do with Prot and Ret. But yeah, I think Herald of Some looks cool. I definitely think they can make it a little bit more thematic with the Tauren theming, the Anshe theming. But overall, I think it looks cool. I can't wait to see how it looks in Alpha. So let me in, Blizzard, please. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.